Hey everyone, we're here on Next Island, specifically on ancient Greece today. I thought we would do a little bit of a codex, and we have a little bit of stuff that was not too hard to kill, but it's also low on our codex, and so I thought maybe we would just kind of work on that today. And subsequently, I also thought we'd work on our pyro skill a little bit. Since we have an unlimited pyro 1 chip, I thought maybe this was a good opportunity. Since I think our Bukins is a little low on DPS for this. And I guess we could use the Barbarella, but kind of want to get my concentration up a little bit. Alright, let's see where these guys... Oh, they're way down there, huh? It's alright, we'll just work our way down. And these are little minotaurs, but they have their own codex. Which is kind of nice. It'll give us extra attribute points and whatnot as we work through it. And so we won't definitely not complain about that. They're pretty low level. I think level 3 to level 6 or 7. And so 7 to 10 DPS is probably about fine for these guys. I think we're rocking 7 right now with this combustive 1 chip. And we're getting about 1% a kill. And so it's only going to be about 100 kills to get that rank 4 knocked out. Which I believe is typically perception for us. And I don't know too much about the loot off these guys, to be honest. I see we've been getting a bunch of that. It basically has no markup, it looks like. Normal animal loot. Let's take a look at these Minotaur horns or head. So nothing recently, but they have sold this in the last year to a pretty good level. So they must be using some crafting or something. Would be my first guess. And luckily with this pyro chip, we have really good range. So we get a fair amount of hits in before they get to us. It'll keep damage off our armor a little bit. Which is always nice. Less important with the pixie than with the limited armors that you have to pay a pretty good markup for. And so these guys don't have a high amount of hit points, and so it's kind of nice. Till they hide their hitbox and you force you to run it all the way in on you, like about happened there. What's a tanzanite crystal? Oh, those have good markup. I don't know about that 1000% markup. That seems kind of over the top, but and not in line with the rest of what we're seeing. But maybe they changed the drop rate and it affected it, or added something that it required. But it seems to be dropping fairly, like not every kill, but we've only killed a few and we've got multiple drops already. So take a look at this Vandinite. Oh, that has good markup too. But these are a nice easy hunt, and then so, which is kind of in this area. And then if we wanted to do the other ones, what are they called? They are called the Asterians. They're more up in, I think it's this region up in here somewhere. And they're both uh, minataurs, but again, they have their respective codexes. Oh, looks like one aggroed on us. It's alright, we'll just put this one down and then we'll grab the one that's kind of behind us. So we're getting a bunch of Minotaur parts, it looks like. And I know they're used a little bit in crafting, but I wonder if that's it based on the amount we're seeing drop here. Or maybe it's just a few different blueprints use them, maybe? I would bet that to be the case. But they all have reasonable markup on the year, just nothing recently. Which makes me wonder how easy they are to maybe get rid of. And how much you kind of get stuck trying to find a buyer for a while. Man, that was kind of a big loot list all up of one. Arm, a leg, a horn, a head. Two different crystals. I like it. No, these are a nice, super easy hunt. And if you could get the markup I'm seeing on this stuff, I think you could break even. Maybe not this one, unless you were to get the decade, but this 100% makes me think you should bet just trade terminal that. This one, even if you only get the 140%, it's worth it. And so a lot of this stuff seems to have, again, reasonable markup. Oh, that seems really high. And so definitely if you have a buyer for these Minotaur parts, I think you're have a good chance of breaking even if you're hunting fairly eco. Figured jumping down like that was probably an easier way of getting a solid position to kill the rest of these than trying to fight down that little hill. And there's nice big spawns here. Oh, nice. That basic mineral extractor, I think, is the one that has good markup. Yeah, reasonable markup. It must be a different one that had the... It was sitting up at like 500 something percent markup per second. It's one of the mineral extractors. Maybe it's the diluted one. In any event, 150% markup is literally just another item with good markup from these guys. Oh, nice. Tier 1 components for sure have good markup. And so they have a pretty big loot list, so it might take a second to build up a sellable stack. But enough of this stuff has enough markup that it might be worth considering uh, saving it almost everything that's, not your normal stuff. Animal oil residues, typically not worth trying to get a stack to sell to someone. It's super low markup. That cerussite crystal, I think that might be in that same boat where no markup, you may as well just trade terminal it. The cat's eye crystal, though, that's got some markup, at least a little bit. I think we're starting to get respawns here. But the pixie armor handles their damage super nice. Like, we're gonna have no reason to heal whatsoever today, I don't think. And so as long as you're getting a big enough portion of the loot that's not shrapnel and whatnot, there's a chance you do okay out here. I mean, you're still gonna need a pretty big ammo stack to cycle enough to be able to get a big enough stack to entice a buyer, I think. I mean, we don't even have, well, I guess we have 1.2 pet of Minotaur heads. But I mean, that's the only one we even have more than one pet of yet. And we're what, 20 minutes in-ish? And so to get a 10 pet stack or something, you're gonna have to hunt for hours and hours, I think. Which, I mean, will be good for your codex. But you're gonna need a pretty big stack of ammo. Um, to get to a point where, like I said, you're gonna have enough of one thing to start selling stuff. And that's kind of assuming you're gonna find a buyer for even most of it. Which may or may not be the case. No, I don't think there's a specific loot we're after, except whichever one has the highest markup. Um, like we're not trying to craft anything that these guys drop a piece of that we know of, or anything like that. This is strictly a Codex run. We want those stamina points that the attribute Codex brings. So some of this low-laying fruit, so to speak, that we can grab off the Codex to kind of push that along. Every now and again, we like to do that. But with half our loot consistently kind of being the other stuff, like I said, we might, as long as we can find a buyer for some of this, we should be in a good spot. Now, if we get impatient, we'll take a slight loss for our hunt here today. Um, Hopefully we'll try to be patient then. But sometimes you just have to free up the pad for ammo or whatever you need it for. Um, and that's always unfortunate, because it's nice to be able to get that extra little bit of markup whenever you can. And these guys don't seem popular at all. I mean, ancient Greece doesn't seem to be overly populated as a whole anyway. And so you kind of have these to yourself. There's a huge spawn of them. And so far, anything we've gone to Codex on, we haven't really ran into a lot of other people. And even the handful of times where we've ran into someone, it's never been a problem. Just because the spawns are so numerous. And so it didn't even slow us down. No, we're using the pyro today just because well, one, I have it on hand. This is one of the first unlimited weapons I bought. I have a HK-110 that outdates this one. I think it's in storage somewhere. And then this unlimited pyro one. It's a combustive one because I guess there's a the acid version that's also corrosive. And we seem to be skilling pretty good off these guys. Even for using a level 1 uh, chip, so to speak. And we're gonna get tag teamed here in a sec, it looks like. Now these are a reasonable mob to skill on. I mean, like, you can actually use I think the trade terminal weapons have around 7 DPS. They might only be 5 though, so don't quote me on that, but And so even with a relatively low DPS, this codex kind of chugs along pretty quickly. So the Minotaur head and the Minotaur horns kind of seem the two most common for us, at least today. But again, a pretty widespread loot, it looks like. Well, we're starting to close in on the end of this fourth codex rank. And obviously we're using a little bit higher DPS weapon to be going along a little quicker. But this kind of allows us to work on multiple goals at the same time, not just crank out as much codex as possible. Oh, his friend's jumping in. Oh, maybe not. Thought for sure that other guy had aggroed. He's aggroed now, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, we got about 15-20 kills left on this Codex rank. And again, every Codex rank gives us a 20% towards this attribute, the next rank up. Now we're getting tag team though. Alright, we're definitely in the home stretch here with the last 10%. I'm kind of curious what we're going to get, but I don't want to look until we get it. That way it's a surprise for everyone. Alright, I think we got 3 kills to go here for this Codex. That's my guesstimate. Alright, this one's going to give us our Codex rank. Alright, let's see what we get. Well, it looks like a low amount of perception. I think that's where we're going to wrap up today. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. Stay epic.